So first matchup up here, Bills at the Jets, and the Bills are fine, folks. The Bills, do you dare say, back? They are fine, folks. They had a little bit of a lackluster offensive performance last week. Once again, the defensive performance was still great last week against the Jaguars, held them to 9 points, and 3 of the points came off of a Josh Allen turnover that gave them a short field. So the Bills are fine. They win 45-17, and now we have actual proof that Mike White is not good, and Mike White is not as good as he was coming out here. And this is kind of what we're seeing in the NFL. The backup quarterbacks that play one game, they look really great, but then once they have to go and kind of do it again and replicate it, they fall off big time. Mike White in this game, real bad. We just saw Colt McCoy this week, real bad. So these backup quarterbacks, yes, they may have one good big game, and that kind of gets the win, and a win that they probably shouldn't have won, all of that. But overall, backup quarterbacks, they're backups for a reason. It's not sustainable. It's not good. It's not even competitive. You can't compete with these guys. I mean, just Colt McCoy last night, truly unfortunate. So, back to this Bills-Jets game. They are fine. The Bills are fine, folks. Let's start here with this Bills team. I mean, they were kind of good right from the get-go, scoring a touchdown on their first drive. Then the defense gets an interception, and it's 10-0. Once again, just instantly erasing all the negativity that kind of Western New York and the entire Bills Mafia was kind of spewing all of last week when they lost against the Jags. But, they get another touchdown in the second quarter, making it 17-3. They score out of the halftime 24-3. They score again 31-3. They score again 38-3. And this is what we've seen by the Bills. A little struggle offensively, a tad little bit of a struggle offensively in the first half, but then after halftime they score. So, looking for green flags and silver linings, this Bills team has the great ability to make kind of halftime adjustments for their offense to get it clicked and figured out. I understand they didn't do that last week against the Jaguars. Folks, it's a long season. Not everything is great and goes exactly how it's supposed to go every single week. There are some hiccups. The Bills had a little bit of a hiccup. It's fine. It's an outlier game. We really shouldn't pay that much attention to what the Bills did last week against the Jaguars. So the Bills win 45-17, the defense being absolutely fantastic. Josh Allen goes 21 of 28 for 366 yards, slinging around the ball. Fantastic. 21 of 28. What do we got? Completion percentage-wise, 75%. Oof, baby, that's fantastic. 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Let's see where this interception came. It came in the third quarter when they were already up 38-3, and unfortunately it gives up a touchdown because the Jets get the ball at the Bills' 35-yard line. We also had a fumble here by a Bills player who fumbled. Matt Breida, no, the running back ends up fumbling to start the fourth quarter, and the Bills defense locks it down 4th and 17 from their own 43-yard line, and they make them go turnover on downs. And what do the Bills do after going turnover on downs on the defensive side of the ball? They go down and hit Stephon Diggs a couple of times and score another touchdown to make it 45-10. Get one more score up on that board. So, and that's another huge reason why this Bills team won. They went to their main weapons, utilized Stephon Diggs, get him in that kind of one-on-one matchup. We know Josh Allen can deliver the ball, and we know that Stephon Diggs can get open, and that's exactly what they did. But before we get to the receiving numbers, let's start with these rushing numbers. Devin Singletary, 7 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. Matt Breida, 3 carries, 28 yards, a touchdown. He did fumble as well. Zach Moss, 7 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders ran the ball 1 time for 24 yards. Isaiah McKenzie ran the ball 2 times for 17 yards and a touchdown. And once again, just utilizing all the great talented pieces and speed that you have on this Bills team, getting the ball to Isaiah McKenzie in kind of an end around kind of play, and it goes 17 yards. You get a score out of it, utilizing it in the red zone. I mean, just utilize your players. Isaiah McKenzie, Cole Beasley, they're short, they're speedy, they're kind of gadget-esque type of players. Use them in different situations, and we kind of started to see that a little bit last night for the Bills, so that's exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted to see really Josh Allen run the ball a little bit more and some read options and some screen plays, but overall utilizing kind of the misdirection opens up the running game here because they were running the ball pretty solid here. Running back by committee, about 100 yards. That's what we need to see from this Bills team. So great running attack, well balanced. Josh Allen not throwing the ball 40 times a game, 28 times. I would say 28 to kind of 33. That's exactly what really Josh Allen's perfect window is. And we saw it last night, and it goes for 45 points. Give the man some credit. And then who was he throwing to? Stephon Diggs led the team in receiving, 8 catches for 162 yards. Great. Utilize your pieces out here. And Stephon Diggs, they were getting the ball here. What was it? One of these drives here, I want to say in the second quarter, we're all kind of to Stephon Diggs. The first drive out of halftime, 25-yard pass to Stephon Diggs, and that kind of puts gets a nice drive starter. That's the first play. They start at their own 25-yard line coming out of halftime. That 23-yard pass brings them basically to midfield, and they're able to capitalize and cap off it with a touchdown. What else do we got here? We got another kind of big drive that starts with a Stephon Diggs play out here. Gabriel Davis had a really nice game as well. We're going to talk about him in a second. So here we go. So obviously Stephon Diggs, 162 yards. Gabriel Davis, 3 catches for 105 yards. Some big plays out there. Emmanuel Sanders, 2 catches, 27 yards. Matt Breida, 3 catches, 22 yards, a touchdown. They bring Dawson Knox back, their tight end, back this game. Only 1 reception for 17 yards. They didn't even need to utilize them in the red zone. So another huge promising green flag as well. Cole Beasley, 2 catches for 15 yards. And then Isaiah McKenzie, 1 catch for 12 yards. So the Bills offense, it was moving the ball. The Bills defense was taking it away. As we shift over to the stats of the Jets here, Mike White, 24 of 44 for 251 yards. No touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. Yikes. And Mike White was bragging. There was a quote that came out, I think, this week where Mike White was like, I should have been a first-round pick. You sure about that, my guy? I don't know about that anymore. 4 interceptions at home. Yikes. I know the Bills have a good defense and all that, but sheesh. So he goes 24 of 44. Here we go. That's a 54% completion percentage. That's not first round numbers. What are you talking about, Mike White? You crazy out here. Joe Flacco got in the game. 3 passes for 3 completions. 100% passing completion percentage here by Joe Flacco for 47 yards and a touchdown. Mike White couldn't even throw a touchdown. Joe Flacco comes in, throws a touchdown. Come on, Mike. Come on. All right, rushing the ball here for the Jets. Michael Carter, 16 carries for only 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Tevin Coleman touts the rock 4 times for 29 yards. So running game was kind of non-existent for the Jets last night. Passing game was abysmal, throwing all these interceptions. Let's see what the Bills did on these interceptions. First interception came in the first quarter. They scored 3 points out of it. Second interception, and we have a fumble. Fumble that results in a nothing because there's only 22 seconds left in the first half, so kind of got bailed out with that. Second interception comes out the first drive of the second half. They go down and score a touchdown. Third interception, comes on the very next drive of the third quarter, and that results into a touchdown for the Bills. Third interception comes on the third drive of the third quarter. So back-to-back interceptions for Mike White. When the game, not really that competitive or close, 24-3 is really when the interception started to open up here for the Jets. And then on that last interception, Josh Allen throws an interception, which leads to a touchdown for the Jets, making it 38-10, but the game's over at that point anyway. So Mike White, not a great night. And then who was Mike White throwing to? Well, he got Corey Davis involved, so I guess we'll applaud him for that. 5 catches for Corey Davis, led the team in receiving yards, 93 yards. Elijah Moore, 3 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown. Michael Carter, 4 catches for 43 yards. Ty Johnson, 5 catches for 36 yards. yards. Ryan Griffin, 1 catch, 21 yards. James Crowder, 3 catches, 20 yards. Braxton Berrios, 3 catches, 19 yards. And then Keelan Cole, 1 catch for 18 yards. So getting Corey Davis and Elijah Moore the ball, that's kind of the best thing Mike White did all game. Unfortunately, it didn't result into anything competitive. So Bills get back on track here, winning 45-17 over the Jets, and I'm sure Zach Wilson is back at the starting quarterback position for this Jets team when he's good to go.